Welcome to ACC Student News.
The news students can use. I'm Joyce.
I'm Hunter. Here are this week's stories.
More people have died in 2021 than the previous year from COVID-19, as companies seek to get approval for their booster shots and states look to vaccinate people. The Center of Disease Control has reported that there are 1,000 more deaths this year than in the first 10 months of the pandemic. The country appeared to be on its way to recovering from this pandemic over the summer, when the new infection rate dropped below 12,000 a day, and deaths fell below 200 a day. According to the New York Times, the coronavirus pandemic has become the deadliest in American history, with over 700,000 dead. The influenza pandemic in 1918 killed about 670,000 people.
China has rapidly growing tensions with the island of Taiwan. China has already sent about 150 warplanes into Taiwan's airspace. In response, Taiwan's government is deepening relationships with governments such as the US, Europe, and Australia. China states increase the level of larger scale activities is connected to specific events coming up. Others suggest that it is a signal to the US and Taiwan not to cross China's red lines. China claims that Taiwan is a province of China, but Taiwan holds democratic elections, its own money, and free media.
4 students were injured after shots were fired at a Texas high school. 18-year-old Timothy George Simpkins turned himself into authorities after he obtained a lawyer. The shooting occurred on the second floor of Timberview High School. Among the injured were a 15-year-old female, a 25-year-old man, and a pregnant adult female. A 15-year-old male is still in critical condition. Family of suspect stated that he was being bullied at the school and took the gun for protection.
U.S. Steel has a second leak of contaminants into Lake Michigan within 2 weeks. According to the Times, U.S. Steel stated that the elevated concentrations of iron caused a rusty-colored discharge that poured into Lake Michigan at the end of September. This discharge flowed into the Burns waterway. The initial spill prompted the National Park Service to temporarily close the waters off of all beaches at Indiana Dunes National Park and Indiana American Water to shut down its treatment plant at Ogden Dunes, where the company draws water for Northwest Indiana. U.S. Steel says the cause of the spill was due to a failure by a vendor to deliver sulfuric acid used for water treatment.
Pfizer announces that they are seeking an emergency approval for their COVID-19 vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. Last month, the second of 3 phases in the trial of 5 to 11-year-olds concluded that the 2-dose vaccine was safe and generated a robust antibody response. The data included recent findings that among the 2,268 participants, a smaller dose, 2 shots, was safe and well tolerated. If approved by the FDA, Pfizer states that vaccinations for the 5 to 11-year-olds could start as early as November. According to the CDC, this age group holds the highest rates for COVID-19.
A 25-year-old grizzly bear is back in the headlines with his 4th big title. 12 bulging bears battled it out to take home the title of Alaska's fattest bear. 480 Otis is crowned Alaska's fattest bear for his 4th consecutive win. This 900-pound sham spent this summer gorging on salmon, but not by chasing them up and down the river. According to one of the park rangers, Otis gained an incredible amount of body mass in about 7 weeks, not by chasing the fish in rivers, but by simply standing still and waiting for his dinner. 480 Otis beat out 150 Walker by more than 6,000 votes.
A hungry photographer who was denied a chance to eat at a friend's wedding deletes all the photos in front of the groom. Many sources are sharing the story of an anonymous photographer who posted on Reddit about being hired for wedding photos. He only charged the couple $250. He started taking photos at 11 a.m. while following the bride all around on the day of the wedding. As the wedding party was sitting down to eat, he told the groom that he was going to take off for 20 minutes to get food. And the groom told him no. The groom gave him an ultimatum and said the pictures or the money. When the photographer deleted the photos right in front of the groom and left.
Well, that's all we have for today. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Joyce. Be sure to watch the rest of our videos on YouTube at ACCtv Hammond.
And subscribe to our channel to get the most update to videos.